Hello everyone. Today we are going to start file handling topic of class 12th computer science. For this I have created a handout which is written in a very simple language and I'm going to explain now one by one with practical also. So let me start our journey for file handling. So let me start with the point that what is a file? A file is a document which we can read or write according to our requirement. You must be aware about the file term in Word, Excel or PowerPoint. You must have created some file in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. But why we need a file? We need a file so that we can use those content later. Every file is having a unique name. File is saved in a storage medium like your hard disk or pen drive. So let me start our journey in Python. That is file handling. How we can handle a file in Python. There are two types of file. Actually, there are three types. We are going to learn in class 12th computer science for board exam. One is your text file, binary file and CSV. But this chapter is dedicated for text file. So let me understand the difference between the text file and binary file. Text file are simple files which can be read by humans. Binary files in which the data is not in a human readable format. I'll also show you that in what format it basically appears. So each line in text file is terminated by special character called EOL, that is end of line, while there is no such delimiter in binary file. Since binary file is written in a machine language in a binary digit format, so obviously the processing of binary file would be faster than text file. Now to open a file, since you are going to read a file or you are going to write in a file, definitely first of all you have to open a file. So the first operation to do a task in a file is to open a file. How we can use this open function to open a file in a particular mode? Mode means that what you are going to do with a file. You need to tell to the compiler whether you are trying to read into a file or write in a file or appending a content in a file. Like here I have written f is equals to open data1.txt r. So the explanation of this code is basically open is a function which we basically use to open a file. Which file? Which we have given here in the double quotes, that is data1.txt. R is the read mode, that we are going to read content from this file. F is a file object or file handle, which is basically a reference to a file and help us to do the operations in a file. Operations means read, write in a file. Now if the file does not exist and you are trying to open that file in read mode, then the Python will report an error to you. And what error? File not found error, because this read mode is not going to create a new file if the file does not exist. Which happens in basically the write or append mode, which you will see later. Like if I execute this by pressing F5 from the keyboard, you can see file not found error because data1.txt is not created. This file does not exist. So that's why this will return an error, file not found error. So please remember, because during Viva, examiner may ask such question that what type of error returned by a read mode if the file does not exist. So the argument, open function takes two arguments. One is the name of the file, second is the access mode. Access mode is mandatory if you are trying to open in a write or append. But if you forgot to write the access mode, then obviously it will open in a read mode, because read mode is the default mode. You need to understand these basic things because that may be asked during Viva of class 12 board exam or in 1 marker question also. So this we have done, explanation of the code we have done. Now there are three modes. That again an important question, name the three modes of opening a file. What is the difference between write and append mode? So write and append mode is basically like read mode is by the name we can understand that it basically helps us to read the content from the file. Write term is also very clear to us that it helps us to write the content, but there is one difference. Append also helps us to write the content, but there is a difference. What is the difference? In write mode, it overwrites the existing content. It erases the existing content and adds the new content. While in append mode, it adds the new content at the end of the existing content. It won't erase the existing content. So this is what the difference. Now there's a question answer session over here. So please do that. Now there are three types of file modes basically: read, write or append, sorry. But some modification is there. R is read mode. R plus is read and writing. Means you can read the file, you can write the file. But don't misunderstand that this we can write in a file. So obviously it will create a new file if the file does not exist. No. It will not create a new file if the file does not exist. This can be done only by the write mode or the append mode. So W is for write mode, W plus is for write and read mode. A is for append mode. You can add the new content without erasing the existing content. A plus, that means you can append as well as you can write. Now please understand this part which is given in the note, that if the file exists in the folder of Python where the Python is stored, then you can open a file by just giving the name, like we did in this example. We have given the name of the file. We have not given the path. But if the file is saved somewhere else, like in D drive, in some other folder, then we can open that file by two ways. One, F is equals to open D colon senior work.txt R, means there is a file work.txt, there is a folder senior, and we are giving double slash because this single slash acts as a escape sequence, so the compiler may confuse with this single slash. Second part is, if you want to give single slash, then you just put R in the beginning, which basically makes the string as a raw string. Means the compiler will treat the string as it is written the way. It won't take slash as a escape sequence. So this is what we can do in two ways. That R is basically to make it raw string. Means whatever the way you are writing, the compiler will understand the same way. It won't take the special character, slash as a special character. Then again there are few questions which basically helps you to understand what we have learned today. In the next part, we'll discuss properties of file objects and we'll learn how to read the content from the file, because it is very important for the board exam point of view that we should learn that how to play with the characters, with the words, with the lines written in the file. So thank you so much and subscribe for updates. Thank you.